What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. Today I'm going to share with you 3 recent returns that I just got back in the mail. So let's just jump right into these. And the first one is a return from former Montreal Expos pitcher Don DeMola on 1, 2, 3, and a 4th. But let's talk about Don DeMola's playing career in baseball. DeMola, a New York native, signed with his hometown New York Yankees in the 7th round after being drafted by them in 1970. He spent 2 years in the minor leagues with the Yankees, and the Yankees all but gave up on him and released him when he was just 18 years old out of their farm system. Well, he signed on a couple years later in 1973 with the Montreal Expos and spent time in their minor league affiliate. And in 1974 at 21, he started the year with the Expos AAA affiliate and got called up to the majors, where he got to make his major league debut on April 13th, 1974. Well, he wasn't a starter at this point in his career, never really was except for his few years with the Yankees, and he put up some pretty exceptional numbers despite being the Expos being a newer franchise, where he went 1-0 with a 3.12 ERA in 25 appearances. Well, in 1975, the 22-year-old returned to the Expos, and he posted a respectable 4-7 record, and his ERA went above 4. But unfortunately, after that 75 season, he went down with an injury in his arm, and he was forced to have a surgery during the off-season. Well, he tried to make a comeback in 1976 and just appeared in 1 game for the Expos AAA affiliate that year in 76. Well, in 1977, it appeared that his form was coming back, and he went 5-3 in 34 appearances for the AAA affiliate for the Expos, but they never called him back up that year. Well, he returned in 1978 to the Expos, and he split time between AAA and AA that year, where he struggled a little bit and went just 6-6 in ERA with 5.72. Well, after the 1978 season, at just 25 years old, the Expos did let him go. So he had some frequent arm issues very early on in his career, and by 25 years old, he was out of baseball. There's not a whole lot about what he did post-playing career. Obviously, at 25, he went on to do something else after his playing career. I'm not really certain what that was, but regardless, I'm very happy to add Mr. DeMola's autograph to my collection, as I've never gotten him before. So very happy to add another Expo to the collection, because you just don't get a chance to get too many Expos autographs anymore these days. Alright, so this next one comes back from former California Angels pitcher Don Kirkwood on 1. The second duplicate makes 2. A third is him as a Toronto Blue Jay, and a 4th is a Chicago White Sox. So Don Kirkwood, a Michigan native, attended high school and college in Michigan and signed as a minor league free agent with the California Angels. He would spend the 1972-73 and most of the 1974 season working his way up through the minor leagues with the Angels. And in 1974, he posted a 9-4 record with a 2.91 ERA in AA for the Angels. Well, he was rewarded with a call-up on September 13th by the Angels, and he appeared in just 3 games for the Angels in relief. Well, in 1975, he stuck in the majors in the bullpen for 44 games for the Angels, where he posted a 6-win and 5-loss record with a 3.11 ERA for the team. Well, in 1976, he would return. This time, they would give him the starting role, where he would appear in 26 games as a starter out of 28 for the Angels that year, posting a 6-win and 12-loss record. Well, going into 1977, he again was delegated to the bullpen, and he appeared in 13 games for the Angels when they decided to trade him on June 15, 1977, to the White Sox for Ken Brett. He would finish out the year with the White Sox, posting a 1-1 record in their relief corps. Well, in 1978, the Blue Jays purchased the contract of Don Kirkwood from the Chicago White Sox, and the Blue Jays would put him in their starting rotation, but also he would split time in their bullpen. He would have a record of 4 wins and 5 losses that year for the Blue Jays, and after that season, the Blue Jays would release him from his contract right before the 1979 season started in spring training. So after his release in 79, he wasn't able to climb on with anybody else, from what I can tell. His stats basically end there. After his retirement, it says that he has done instruction at a pitching school back in his hometown of Michigan, and that's basically what he's still doing to this day. So very happy to add his autograph to my collection, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so this next one's postmarked from Texas, and it is actually from former number 1 overall pick Dave Roberts on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in addition to that, Mr. Roberts included a religious pamphlet as well, also signed by him. So this is David Wayne Roberts, not to be confused, obviously, with the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts, or the Dave Roberts that was a pitcher, also with the Padres. And there was, in addition to that, another Dave Roberts that played in the 1960s. So if you are watching this video, there are multiple Dave Roberts. So just make sure you get cards for David Wayne Roberts if you choose to write. So let me tell you about David Wayne Roberts. So Roberts, an Oregon native, attended the University of Oregon and was selected number 1 overall in 1972 by the San Diego Padres. Well, with a number 1 pick, there's large expectations. And Roberts didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time in the minors, as in 1972, after signing, he was assigned to the San Diego Padres and appeared in 100 games as a rookie at just 21 years old for them. Well, in his first year, he batted .244 and hit 5 home runs while playing third base primarily that year for the team. Well, in 1973, he would split time between the major leagues, appearing in 127 games for the team, but also spent some time in the minors. But while in the majors, he batted .286 and hit 21 home runs, which would be the highest of his career at this point. Well, in 1974, he would have a down year where he appeared in 113 games and batted just a sparse 167 for the Padres that year. Well, in 1975, the Padres found it important to send him back down to AAA, and where he could work on his game, and he batted .262, 12 home runs that year, and got his call back up to the majors in 1975 as well, appearing in 33 games. 1976, however, he would spend the entire year, 106 games in AAA, where he would hit 10 home runs and bat .249. Well, in 1977, he would again only appear in 82 games, now as a part-time player, posting an average of just .220. 1978, he would find himself split between the major leagues at 54 games and 36 games in AAA. Well, after the 78 season, he, along with Oscar Gamble and Cash, would be sent to the Texas Rangers in a trade. While in Texas, he would spend time primarily as a backup player, but he did appear in 101 games in 1980 for the Rangers, where he batted .238 and hit 10 home runs. After the 1980 season, he would leave the Rangers and go to the Astros, and you can see this card actually lists him as an Astro despite having a Rangers uniform on. And he would spend 1 year with the Astros, appearing in 27 games, and then in 1982, he would appear in 28 games for the Philadelphia Phillies, and after that season with the Phillies, he would retire from baseball. So, overall, being a number 1 overall pick, Roberts did not have the career that he was expected to have. He had that excellent season, basically his second year with the Padres, But what made him a valuable asset was he could play almost any position on the field. If you look at his fielding stats, he actually played the most games at third base, the second most at catcher, and the third most at second base. And from what I can tell, he's played at least one game at every position on the diamond throughout his career with the exception of pitcher. Well, I know after his playing career, he did get involved in some scouting or some player development, maybe some coaching for the Texas Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. And I think still to this day, he still works in some capacity, maybe in player development or maybe as a scout for the Rangers. And I'm very, very happy to add his autograph to my collection again. This was the #1 overall pick, which, how often are you able to get an autograph from a #1 overall pick? That's a very rare thing nowadays. So very happy to get Mr. Roberts' autograph. Very happy that he added that little, pamphlet as well. Happy to get Mr. Kirkwood's autograph back as well in the mail this week. And I'm also very happy to get the former Expo Don DeMola back as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned a little bit about some not so well known former baseball players from the 70s. If you liked this video, definitely like and comment down below. And as always, happy collecting.